Hello, my Earth Angels and future angels. Today is a difficult topic for me because I'm going to talk about a lot of negativity towards cryptos in general, particularly towards Bitcoin. So brace yourself because most of the topic today we're handling will not be pleasant. So if you don't like any negative news, just click away. However, if you want reality check, if you want the truth, this is the place to be. For those new to me, to this channel, welcome. My name is Gabriel. I'm been in this game now for more than 4 years, and there's still another 3-4 years to go before we reach the end goal of $500,000 coin. So ultimately, we're gonna have a happy ending. But until then, this is another testing of time that is ahead of us. But I don't want to sugarcoat anything for anybody, so get ready. All right, let's start. Okay, the dreaded death cross. We're here looking at the most dreaded chart of all time, the death cross. So this is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which shows the real price in Bitcoin without dilution, Bitcoin towards USD. So naturally, at the death cross, we have a lot more negative news because when the price keeps going up parabolically, nobody cares about bad news. Therefore, bad news gets buried. Now we are at a critical junction in the chart. We're hitting major resistance here at this point. You can see here. This resistance is super important. And now, two possibilities. Either we're going to crash down like crazy, which means the next resistance is somewhere here. That's another $10,000 lower. Or we're going to have spring a bear trap here and trap the bears, and then we're going to go straight back up and continue the parabolic rise in crypto. Which one is going to be? Now, before I continue my argumentation, I want to point out to those people who are new to my channel that everything I'm talking about, I've been observing them since quite a few years. This is none of the information I'm presenting to you is new to me. I've been talking about crypto being a bubble for quite a few years. I have, in the most recent video, I've compared crypto to tulips. And I also made a simple prediction that ultimately there's only 3 major crypto will survive in the long term, which means in the next 10-15 years, we'll probably just have Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum left standing. Most other coins will die off. Now, having said all that, I want you to understand the critical junction today we have is something happened many times before. This is not the first time. Let me give you a comparison. One of the earliest comparisons I can give you is that the bucket shops. What are bucket shops? Bucket shops is the way traditionally in the olden days when stock market was a new thing, just like crypto market is a new thing to us today. 100 years ago, stock market was a new thing to a lot of people. All right, actually more than 100 years ago, about 130 years ago, let's say. Because 100 years ago, we had a fresh boom. And in 1920s, early stage fresh boom resulted at the end in a huge crash, 29. And before that, however, most stock markets are not regulated. And there's a lot of side shops called bucket shops that operates based on basically fake quotes, fake reserves, fake liquidities. Does that sound familiar? So what people do is they will sit in a room, someone will write the latest price of some shares on the board, and then those people go bet on those, buying basically they take one side of the trade, the bucket shop takes the other side of the trade. And the bucket shop makes money from your stupidity. It's all based on free will. Every single person sitting in the bucket shop is there at free will. Basically, this is like a gambling mechanism. And similar setup still exists today, even in stock market. However, the most famous example I can give right now is actually, from my perspective, is an exchange like a Binance. Yeah, I just call Binance a bucket shop. Sue me if you want. Now, keep this in mind because liability here is a major issue. The number one risk investing in crypto is actually not the price of the crypto investing. The number one risk you have in crypto is the counterparty risk. because a lot of people just hold their own crypto with the exchange of the choice. I can tell you sincerely, the very simple fact that you own crypto outside of your own control is something that continues to baffle me. Most people, for so-called convenience reason, they hold the crypto on some exchanges, but the very simple fact you should invest in crypto is to eliminate such counterparty risk. And as long as you have those counterparty risk, you are actually at the risk of losing every single cent you have. In Bitcoin itself, I'm not sure if everybody still remember Mt. Gox. That was a huge counterparty risk. It took years and years to play out until people get part of their money back. And today, more than ever, we have a situation where your counterparty risk is huge. Look at Bitcoin, for example. If I go into the market of Bitcoin, look at these names. Binance, 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 Binance. Doesn't that worry you? If something happens to Binance, your coin is gone. Seriously. Okay, personally, I've never used Binance myself, but the number one reason is because at the time when I was investing in crypto, the mechanism I used to buy the crypto of my choice, which is Bitcoin Cash, was not at that moment not readily available to me via exchange like Binance. But more important is, during my entire acquisition process, I've never been exposed to counterparty risk for more than 3 hours, which means if I send money to a crypto exchange, I convert straight away that money into the actual crypto I want, in this case, Bitcoin Cash. And thanks to the fast transaction speed and low transaction fee, I was able to withdraw those coins straight away within literally 10 minutes. As soon as the confirmation has been given that transaction has happened on the exchange, I withdraw my coins straight away. So the longest time I had a counterparty risk exposure to any exchange was maybe half a day. That's about it. And my own coin, as I mentioned before in other section, in other videos, is my coins is on a steel plate, and the steel plate is not here in Australia. Let's just say that way. Not even in Australia. And I have no access to my own coin until 2025. I lock away all my coins until 2025 on steel plates. And nobody, under no circumstance, has any access to those coins. That's how convinced I am of the bull market in Bitcoin Cash. This is the very reason I don't panic when price goes up 10x or price comes down 80%, because none of that affects me when my long-term goal has not been reached, which is $500,000 coin. But today, I want to use that example to demonstrate the importance of long-term thinking in crypto investments. Buying crypto today, particularly buying Bitcoin Cash today, is like buying land in Australia in the 1700s, the equivalent of that. If you came on a boat to Australia from UK in the 1700s, you had nothing and you've been given free land. That's the equivalent of that. So you can buy land back then very, very cheaply for silver. You just bring over silver coins. You can exchange your silver for land in the 1700s in Australia. And people will ask you, why do you need so much land that is barren and it doesn't have anything? Some of them may have trees, and other than that, there's nothing there. There's no population. No one ever need land in Australia. That's just a convict country. Only criminals and toss-outs will ever go to Australia, far end of the earth. God forbidden, something happened to you. There's nothing there. You will never come back, and so on and so forth. So all the negativities, of course, back then in the 1700s, towards the first settlers. Same thing with Bitcoin Cash. You buy Bitcoin Cash today, you should treat it like a land title. Same thing for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Treat it as a land title. Lock away your title. Make sure the title deed is secure. Your title deed better be secure. If you don't have a secure title deed, you don't have the title. So I'm going to teach you later on what you can do to secure yourself. But just keep in mind, all these exchanges, literally the only one I would trust at this moment, if I look at this list, I would trust Coinbase. That's about it. Because Coinbase has slightly better KYC and slightly better Counterparty Risk. Other than that, I will be very careful with particular entity like Binance. So just be aware of that. Now, I want to direct you to a podcast. This is a very good podcast. This guy, Grant Williams, I've been listening to him ever since I got on board to Tesla charts group, which means a few years ago when I was looking at a bear case in Tesla. This is one of the best educator in the world right now when it comes to financial literacy. But he discussed everything on a high level. So this means most of my audience here probably have already heard of him. Most likely, that's my guess. And you probably know what he's going to say. But still, listen to this podcast. It's really, really good to give you an idea what's going on with Tether. Because your number one risk is the exchange. In this case, it's the bucket shop of Binance. So number two is the currency they use to make those exchanges. In this case, is Tether. And Tether has been compared to a money market fund. And I would not even go that far. I would just say Tether is a fake hyperinflationary currency that is not backed by anything whatsoever. And any trades you do in Tether is going to be seriously in doubt. But unlike money market fund where people withdraw the money and exit the market, in Tether you can't withdraw. So the only way to withdraw your Tether is actually exchanging your Tether for something tangible. In this case, I strongly recommend you to look at Bitcoin Cash as your possibility to withdraw. But if you have a large liquidity, of course, Bitcoin Cash may not be liquid enough for you. So you might have to choose Ethereum and Bitcoin for that. Either way is fine. Just keep in mind, the best thing you can do is stay out of Binance, stay out of USDT. Tether is crazy. I mean, I've been following Tether for years, and I'm still surprised Tether's still around. They should have broke the buck long time ago. This thing, that Tether hasn't broken the buck yet, is the number one mystery in my financial career. Let's call it that way. That Tether hasn't broken the buck yet. So the Tether should be worth next to nothing. How you can't redeem this thing, you cannot do anything else with it, you can't buy a coffee with it. The only thing you can do with Tether is get another Tether, basically, and then do whatever you want with the Tether. So in this case, exchange your Tether, if you have any, exchange your Tether for tangible assets. Here's some news on Binance. So Binance is getting cracked down everywhere in the world. So don't worry, when Binance goes down, there's another exchange will come out. Just like Bitfinex used to be number one exchange, now it's nowhere to be seen. Now they're only in the coin game of Tether. When Binance is gone, there'll be another exchange. Don't worry about that. So Bitcoin Cash, in case of Bitcoin Cash, same thing. Look at this. Binance number one, Huobi number two, but at least Coinbase is number three. So I would, if I want to play safe, I will exchange. If I have account with this two, I will get out, take the Bitcoin Cash, and do the following. And same with Coinbase, everything else. If you have Bitcoin Cash, you really have no reason to trust any exchanges. You should be your own exchange. You should be your own wallet holder. So easiest way to do that is by creating a paper wallet. Look, very simple. Go to this website. You can create a paper wallet for all your cryptos. And you just randomly do this. Done. Okay. Of course, I'm not going to use this particular paper wallet to store anything. But you know what? Just for fun. Should I do this? Hi guys, you know what? Let me just, for fun, I'm going to demonstrate how easy it is to use a paper wallet. What I'm going to do now, this is out of curiosity now, I'm just going to send 11 cents, angel blessing, to the public address here. I'm just going to do that. I didn't plan this, but guess what? I'm going to do that. Okay. You heard that? Bring! I just sent 11 cents to this wallet. And this wallet now is public on the internet. You can see this. The private key is on the right. Whoever is the fastest who watches this video can swipe this money now. You can swipe it now. 11 cents. And you can also send some money back to this wallet address. Just remember, this wallet is not completely public. So whatever you send, consider is gone forever, okay? Just for fun. If you want to send 1 cent or 2 cents or something like that. So play the game here with me. Send money here, swipe the money here, send money here, swipe money here. You can use your Bitcoin.com wallet to do that, or any other crypto wallet to swipe or send money, receive money, take away money. So what you should do is generate a random wallet like this, print it out, and then keep as a private storage. And then regardless what happens to the exchange in the world, nothing will happen to your coin. And wait until 2025, cash out a coin at $500,000 coin. This market is not tradable, man. This market is seriously not tradable. Tether is a scam since day one. And I made a video about Tether 3 years ago and still hasn't broke the scam yet. And yet, anytime this can come due. And when it comes due, we're going to have a crazy situation. And maybe today's the day. Maybe today's the day Tether is going to go down in history as the biggest scam of all time. In the process, might drag down a lot of cryptos. I suspect 80%, 90% of cryptos wouldn't survive if Tether is not around. And but tangible assets, tangible cryptos like Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and those based on proof of work, they can survive very easily, and they must have a use case. And just remember, what's the use case for BTC is the digital gold. The use case for BCH is digital silver, which you can use every day to spend. And use case for Ethereum is at this moment as a base currency for other scam coins. But still, it's a use case. Why not? Yeah, ERC20 tokens, that's the base use case for Ethereum, which is legit. All right, so keep that in mind. One more time, the wallet is here. Anybody play the game of sending money, swiping money, be my guest. But assume the money is all gone. So at this moment, at the production of this video, I send 11 cents as angel blessing to this wallet. Let's play the game. Okay, now self-improvement. Because we're going to go into lockdown very, very soon here in Queensland, I think. As soon as we have the first case again, then back into lockdown. My exercise program has to be home-based. And I found this lady, she happened to be Australian as well. She has a pleasant presentation and down to earth, and the things she does doesn't look too difficult, more entry level, which is exactly where I am. So I highly recommend anybody who is watching my channel also do something simple, light exercise. Currently, I'm doing about 50 push-ups a day. Don't want to go too far yet. Maybe by end of this week, I can achieve 100. And ultimately, if I can do a handstand, that would be fantastic. Handstand is one of those things which I always wondered if I can ever do. Never done one in my life, but maybe in a year. She took a year and a half, I think, until she was able to do her own first handstand. And maybe I take a year, get it slow. One day, I might do a handstand and do a video in the process. Who knows? All right, this much for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.